Alright, so for our next topic, our uh, title for this topic is Tourism Impact Mitigation and Adaptation. Si Bianca na pala yung kanina. May I call on Francine, can you please read the learning objectives? Okay, thank you, Francine. So these are the learning points that you should be able to acquire at the end of our discussion class. Now, moving forward, what is tourism impact for you? Anyone? Ang bilis. Jihana. Doon muna tayo. Jihana, sa meaning muna tayo. So what tourism impact for you? What is tourism impact for you, Jihana? Okay, very good. So that's what we call tourism impact. Thank you, Jihana. You are all very advanced. Okay, so when we say tourism impact, these are the effects. Okay, the aftershock of the actions that the tourists, the businesses, and the different sectors in our industries are giving back, okay, to the environment or to the society. Okay? Yon ang tourism impact class. So, moving forward, now, paano nakakaapekto ang turismo sa mundo? What are those effects? Okay, what are the things na nararanasan natin nowadays na galing or provided by the tourism sector? Okay? Ito yon. Teka lang. Isa-isa lang tayo. So, the first one, class, is economic impact. Now, mind you, class, please remember that the effects of tourism in the world, in the society, in the environment can be positively and negatively. Okay, it can be positive and it can be negative. Now, when it comes to economic impact, when we say economic impact, it relates to the way of life, the finances, the standards of living, so on and so forth. Now, in terms of economic impact, give me the effect of tourism. Rayma. Okay. Okay, creation of jobs, correct? How about Aaron? Yes. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, doon lang. Okay na. Isa lang. Infrastructure, government taxes. How about Kim? Okay, very good. So, those are examples are all correct, class. Those are under economic impact. So, alam nyo naman na pala eh. Hindi ko na joke lang. So, economic impact. So, the first one, class, is create jobs, as you mentioned earlier. So, tourism gives us work, give us jobs, give us employments. In the future, you'll become part of the industry. You'll work in an airline, in a cruise line, in a hotel, in an F&B, in an events, in a casino, and it will give you job. So there are a lot of people who are working nowadays in the tourism and hospitality industry. And as I mentioned last time, you take pride with our course, with our program. Hindi tayo tourism lang. We are tourism because we create a lot of jobs, not only in our sector, but in other sectors. Okay? Next It promotes culture. Okay, as you mentioned, nakikilala ng iba't ibang bansa yung bansa natin due to our culture. Pinupuntahan nila tayo due to our culture, due to our hospitality, due to our history, due to our way of life, way of living. Okay? Next is, as you mentioned, it boosts businesses. Maraming foreigner yung pumupunta dito sa bansa natin. Maraming nag-i-invest. That's why nakakakuha tayo ng maraming taxes, maraming investment na pwede nating gawin to boost those businesses and those tourists who are availing their products and services. However, we also experience negative aspects when it comes to economic impact. Ano yon? The first one is inflation. When we say inflation, what do we mean by that? Other hands, Bianca. Very good. Imagine, when you go to Boracay class, pag pumunta ka doon class, kulang ang iyong 20,000 for a 3 days and 2 nights stay. Okay, imagine the fruit shake doon, it costs you 270 pesos. Eh, paano pa yun maa-afford ng mga locals o yung mga taong nakatira doon? Kung ang prices ay ibe-base nila sa mga visitors or sa mga foreigner. So, inflation really beats the economy, okay, when it comes to tourism impact. And lastly, how do you define economic dependency as one of the negative impact of tourism? Ruth. Very good. So nakadepende na tayo sa turismo na pag nawala ang turismo, bumagsak ang turismo, nag-lockdown, nagka-pandemic, bagsak ang ekonomiya natin. Hindi na tayo magfa-function. Wala na tayong kikitahin. Wala na tayong ma-accumulate na income or investment. So these are some of the economic impact of tourism. There are a lot when it comes to economic, but ito lang yung mga basic that you need to take in consideration. Next, how about environmental impact? Meaning, what are the things that we experience when it comes to tourism impact under environmental? Ano yung mga nararanasan natin, such as meron tayo pollution, habitat destruction, shortages due to increased number of visitors. So, can you give me a specific example when it comes to environmental impact of tourism? Other hands? Kim. Okay, very good. Conservation, meaning pangalagaan yung mga present attractions and destinations na nandun. Katulad, for example, the coral reef, as mentioned kanina ni Mr. Bonyon. 'Di ba? So, it helps us to gain knowledge that we need to take good care of those kinds of, what do you call this? Products. Kasi pag yun ay nasira or na-damage, edi mawawalan na ng means yung tourist para bumisita pa dun sa lugar na yon. That's why we need to conserve that. We need to take good care of that. Okay? Another example, when it comes naman to negative impact of tourism, when it comes to environmental. Ivan. Mm-mm. Okay, very good. That's a perfect example of the negative environmental impact of tourism, the rehabilitation of tourism, of Boracay rather. As you remember, during the period of our former president, Rodrigo Duterte, pinasara niya ang Boracay for a specific number of months para i-rehabilitate. Kasi nga, yung mga dumi galing dun sa mga establishment ay tumatapon diretso dun sa tubig or sa karagatan around Boracay. So imagine you are swimming there, your families are swimming there, and makikita mo that there are a lot of oil spill and sewages na tumatapon dun. So it will really damage the coral reef, the fish, and the things living on that water. Okay? Moving forward, socio-cultural impact. Pag sinabi nating socio-cultural impact, the effects of tourism when it comes to society sa mga tao na naninirahan, nabubuhay, nagtatrabaho on that attraction and destination, and sa kultura nila, anong nangyayari. Okay, so what, or give me a specific example of a socio-cultural impact of tourism. Ay, ako pala magbibigay. The best example, class, is the cultural delusion or the culture delusion. What do we mean when we say culture delusion? Anyone? Plus 2 points sa midterm. Ayoko na kay Ivan, marami na siyang points. Other hands. Pabilisan mag-search sa Google. Mercy. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So, when we say cultural delusion, nawawala na yung mga nakasanayan mo. Nawawala na yung mga kultura na tinuro sa'yo or tinuro sa atin ng mga kaninunuan pa natin. Okay? So, dahil sa globalization and sa mga turista na pumupunta dun sa atin. For example, this is just an example, class. Don't quote me or unquote me. When you visit Siargao, Siargao is a province wherein there are a lot of foreigners visiting there. But we Filipinos are very traditional, meaning we are not liberated. Diba? Nahihiya tayo mag-swimsuit, the way we talk, the po and opo, the way of our gesture. But when you visit Siargao, na there are some parts there na nawawala na yung nakasanayan nating kultura. Na-adapt natin yung culture ng ibang bansa or ng mga banyaga. Kasi nakikita natin, sila nga pwede silang mag-swimsuit kahit naglalakad lang sila sa kalsada. So, ganun na din yung ginagawa ng iba. Which is, wala namang mali doon. But I am just trying to give you a vivid example. That's an example of culture dilation. Nakakalimutan natin yung mga minana nating way of life sa mga ninuno natin due to globalization. Na, yun nga, ang dami niyang sa atin, kapag may tattoo ka, parang bad or hindi ka okay. Okay? But, sa atin kasi, tattoo is a way of art. Okay? Art siya. And I really support those kinds of actions and activities. But there are people na hindi okay sa kanila yon. And that's one of the example of socio-cultural impact as well. Okay? Culture delusion, nawawala yung mga nakasanayan nating way of life. Next, infrastructure. So when we say infrastructure, class, tourism drives investments like transportation. Okay, na ang daming natatayong building, mga LRTs, MRTs, skyways. There are a lot of transportations that we can use for our traveling. Those are the positive side when it comes to infrastructure. Okay? Na de-develop tayo, nag-grow tayo. However, on a negative side, nagkakaroon tayo ng deforestation. Okay, what do we mean when we say deforestation? Kimberly, Lorraine, sorry. Lorraine? Very good. So, when we say deforestation, pagpuputol ng puno or nauubos na yung mga puno natin. That's why, nagkakaroon tayo ng floods, nagkakaroon tayo ng landslide, na nakakasira in our communities. And not only in our communities, but also in the attractions and the destinations. Next is contribution to climate change. Ano ba yung mga nakaka-contribute sa climate change when it comes to tourism operations? The first one is transportation. You know what? 8 to 10% of carbon emissions ay galing sa tourism sector. Kasi nga, we are using airlines, cruise lines, what do you call this? Buses, cars. So, those are part of contributors ng carbon dioxide emissions, 8 to 10%. Next is our accommodation. It consumes a lot of energy, heating, cooling, lighting, laundry services. And bukod dyan, gumagamit pa tayo ng mga detergents, mga chemicals. Okay? That's why it contributed to climate change. Food and beverage, di ba? F&B. It increases the usage of plastics and exotic items or materials for the food that we serve to our guests or to our tourists. Okay? Now, paano natin maiiwasan how climate change impact the tourism industry? Yung kabaligtaran naman. Kanina, paano tayo nakaka-contribute sa tourism, sa climate change? Ngayon, yung climate change, ano yung effect niya sa tourism industry? Ano yung mga nakaka-apekto sa kanya? Okay? Give me muna an example that you know. Pauline Baston. Pauline? Nakamute ka ata, dear. Sige. Si Miss Trinilla na lang muna. Okay, correct. The global warming. So, paano siya nakaka-affect sa tourism industry? Ano yung mga epekto nun sa atin? Joy Mercado. Give me one. Okay. Okay, very good. So, one of the best example yon, the natural disaster. So, una, rising temperature. Okay, tumataas yung temperatura natin. So, yung summer pero super init, it reached to 54 degrees Celsius. And we cannot to go outside due to the heat na pwede kang ma-heat stroke. So, dahil sa ganun, hindi sila masyado nagta-travel o lumalabas sa sobrang kainitan. That's why, humihina yung tourism services. Okay? Next, rising sea levels. Okay? Tumataas yung tubig. Ang daming binabahang lugar. Ang daming binabahang tourist destinations and attractions. That's why hindi siya napupuntahan ng mga turista. And sabi ni Joy, natural disasters. Diba? Pumuputok yung bulkan, hurricane, tornado, storms. That prevents us from traveling. Siyempre, it will create a lot of travel cancellations or masisira yung mga road infrastructure wherein mapipigilan tayo na makapunta dun sa destination. Another one is biodiversity loss. As mentioned by Mark earlier, nasisira ang mga coral reef, yung mga bodies of water, so on and so forth. And lastly, changing travel patterns. Nagbabago yung preference ng mga turista when it comes to traveling. Before, during Christmas season, sobrang dami ng booking, sobrang dami ng nagta-travel. But nowadays, hindi masyado in some part of the world due to, yun nga, effects of natural disasters, rising sea levels, temperatures, wars, terrorism, safety and security issues, so on and so forth. So these are the impacts of climate change to tourism industry. Now, paano naman natin mapipigilan or mababawasan yung negative impact ng um, what do you call this, ng climate change or ng tourism operations due to climate change or global warming? Paano? What do you think so? Give me one. Paano natin siya mapipigilan or maiiwasan or malilimit? Reyma. Ah, okay, very good. Sustainable practices. Okay? Ibig sabihin, you use green infrastructure. So, sa hotel, gumamit kayo ng LEDs or what do you call this? Yung mga sensory devices na bubukas lang yung faucet ng water kapag may na-sense siya na body movements. And you are using, what do you call this? Uh, Solar panels. So, yun, you use green infrastructure. Next is carbon offsetting programs. Ibig sabihin, mag-create kayo ng mga actions or procedures kung saan malilimit nyo yung carbon emissions. Instead, nagagamit kayo ng mga spray nets. So, you avoid that. Yung mga ventilations, laging lilinisin para hindi siya, kasi the more na madumi yung ventilations mo or yung aircon mo, the more na magpupush siya para makapagpalamig siya. And the more na magpupush siya para lumamig siya, the more na carbon yung i-release niya. So, another example is pag hindi ginagamit yung mga smoking machines, so you turned it off, the computers, you turned it off, those are some of the program. And you get eco certifications. When we say eco certifications, magpa-accredit kayo that your organizations or that your companies are following sustainable practices or sustainable actions. Like instead na plastic yung gagamitin nyo when it comes to takeouts, okay, so hindi na kayo nagpapa-takeouts, lahat dine-ins lang. Or wala nang straws, you encourage everybody to use their tumblers, so on and so forth. Next is sustainable transports. Class, bibilisan ko ha kasi may walang pahinga yung class ko eh. After nyo, meron na akong 10 ulit. So, sustainable transport. So, gas emissions, carbon emissions ng mga sasakyan. Okay, so instead of that, nauuso ngayon, di ba, yung mga e-motorcycle, mga e-bikes, e-skateboards that use electricity na lang instead of gas to avoid or to limit the emissions of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Okay? Now, adaptation measures, meron na, present ni, may mga negative impact ni, nandyan na yan, hindi na natin maiiwasan. Pero, paano tayo mag-a-adapt? To the point na even though we are adapting, even though we are experiencing that, what are the measures that we can do para hindi na tayo lalong mag-contribute pa or maiwasan pa natin? Okay, kahit na ginagamit natin siya sa operation natin. Una, diversifying offerings. When we say diversifying offerings, we offer different products and services that caters to the needs and preferences of our tourists and guests. Okay, hanap tayong alternative. Okay, na sa tingin natin, malilesen natin yung negative impact na mabibigay nun on our environment, on our society, on our economy. Next is climate change resilient design. Yung mga gagawin nating buildings, yung mga gagawin nating infrastructure, we have to make sure that they are earthquake friendly, hurricane resistant. Gumamit tayo ng mga materyales na matitibay in order for us to make sure our safety and security if we experience those natural disasters. Next is we involve our stakeholders or our community kasi baka meron silang magandang suggestions or recommendations in order for us to adopt or to improve our operations. And lastly, you get an insurance and risk management. Okay, insurance is a must, especially when you are traveling because it will give you peace of mind and security. I remember when we are traveling in Thailand, one of my friends, when you go to Thailand class, sobrang dami doon sa kalye na nagtitinda ng mga fruits na talagang enticing siya sa mata na parang sobrang delicious niya. And then we went there, we buy the fruits doon sa streets. Okay? Kinagabihan, suka na siya ng suka yung friend ko, tsaka LBM na siya. So, ibig sabihin, pag gano'n na, mauubusan ka ng tubig and it will cause you electrolytes downtime. Pag nauubusan ka ng electrolyte downtime, pwede kang mamatay. Okay? So, sa sobrang panic namin, we went to the hospital. And after we went to the hospital, the first thing that the doctors and nurses asked us, do you have an insurance? Do you have a travel insurance? Okay? So, insurance is a must, especially when you are traveling. Okay? Kasi I heard minsan may mga nagtatanong, ba't ba kailangan pa ng insurance? Okay? So, ayaw nila, dagdag gastos lang daw yon. But insurance can protect you when you are traveling. Kasi, hindi naman natin alam ano yung pwedeng mangyari while we are traveling. Even though kahit anong ingat natin, sometimes hindi natin yun maiiwasan. So, you better secure yourselves. And lastly, this is my question to you. How can you modify your behavior to minimize your negative impact to the environment or to the destination when you are traveling? Ikaw, bilang isang tourism student or bilang isang turista, paano mo maaayos or mababago or ano yung maiko-contribute mong behavior para maiwasan yung carbon footprint or yung negative impact of tourism activities in a certain destination? Park your answer. I'm going to call you later. And that's the end of our discussion. Can you guys